Hey, I'm Julie, Fei-Fan Balzer, and I've got a super fun fall themed project for you today. We are going to make a beautiful banner using felt and cork fabric and even drag in our brother's sewing machine a little bit too. So let's get started. From the home screen, I'm going to choose pattern, and then I want to choose the built-in shapes. And I'm going to use the arrow keys to scroll through until I find the banner shape that I'm looking for. Now, any of these shapes could be a banner, but I am specifically looking for the rectangle with the sort of triangle cut out of it. You'll know what I mean. There you go. As soon as you see it, you can see I have two different ones to choose from. I'm going to choose this one. And now I want to make this about 10 inches high because I want my banner to really be able to be seen from across the room. So you can see that's how big it is. I'm going to say set, and it appears here on my screen. I've put some cork fabric onto a mat which has a high-tack fabric support sheet on it. And I am going to scan in my cork fabric so that I can make sure my cut file is going to fit on it. So I'm just dragging my cut file so that it fits on my cork fabric. Then I'm ready to say OK. Cut. I don't have to make any adjustments because the auto blade is going to do all the work, so all I have to do is press start. So now that it's finished cutting, I'm going to unload my mat, and you can see that this cork fabric has cut totally perfectly out for me, just like that. So I'm going to repeat this 3 more times so that I have 4 pieces total. So now that I finished cutting out all my pieces, I am ready to go ahead home, and I want to pick my text. So I'm going to go to pattern. I want to look at the fonts. Pick a font that works for you. I tend to like something chunkier for a banner just because I think that, again, you can like really read it across the room. So I think I'm going to go with this very plain font here. So I want to type in letter by letter what I want. So H, let's just set it, add, pattern, go back. Now you could pick a different font for each letter if you want it, totally up to you. But I'm writing out the word home, letter by letter. Now the reason that I did this one letter at a time is because I need the letters to cut separately in 4 different quadrants. So I'm just lining them up here. Then I want to choose all of them and temporarily create a group. So you can see now it's one group. And now that it's one group, I can resize them all at the same time to make sure that they're approximately the same size, so they're in the right ratio to each other. Then once I'm happy, I can ungroup them by pressing that same button, and you'll see how it goes from one big box to 4 individual boxes. And now I just need to drag each of these into their separate quadrants. And the reason I'm doing that is because here on my mat you can see I have 4 different colors of felt, and I have taped some of the edges down just to make sure that things stay in place. This is going to cut several times because this felt is quite thick, but I can go ahead and press OK, OK again, OK one more time, cut. Again, I do not need to touch the auto blade because it is going to sense how deep everything is. So I'm just going to press start and let it cut. Now that it's done cutting, I can go ahead and pop each of my letters out, and they're ready to go to the sewing machine. I'm putting just a little bit of glue stick on the back of my letters to stick them in place. You could also use pins, but this is just fast and easy. And now I'll know that it's going to stay exactly where I want it to stay. I'm here at my sewing machine. I've chosen a straight stitch. I'm using a 1/4 inch foot, And I have some black thread in here because I really want a lot of contrast. And I'm just gonna stitch around each letter. When I get to the corner, I make sure that the needle is in the needle down position, lift the presser foot and rotate, and then I can continue along. And once I've gone all the way around, this is completely secure. You can see that it's on here. If you want to add any decorative stitching on here, you can. If you want to add some decorative stitching inside, but I love the way that this looks. These are the leftover bits from having cut the banner, and I want, you know, this is maybe like a 3/4 inch strip or something like that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it into a couple pieces. You don't need to be too exact, just like this. You can see I've cut my pieces. Then when I have this banner, we're gonna create a little loop. Then I'm gonna go to the sewing machine and I'm gonna stitch down these loops, 2 per banner. So I've switched to an open toe foot. And I'm just placing this down, and then I'm going to go over it. And backwards. And maybe one more time for good measure. And that's it. You can see my loop is attached. I need to cut off the excess threads, obviously, but I will do all the rest of the loops now. So I have all of my loops stitched on. The threads on the back are all snipped, so everything is nice and neat. To make the decorations for the banner, from the home screen, I'm going to choose pattern and the different designs here. I'm going to scroll down to the 3D shapes, and you can see you have these different flowers in here. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this one, and I'm going to make mine a little bit bigger. You can make yours any size that you would like, and then I'm going to hit set. Okay. I'm going to select cut. Then I just need to load my paper and I'm ready to go. Now that it's done cutting, I should be able to pull off this paper. We're going to go ahead and roll this. So you just have to decide what your outside color is and what your inside color is. I think I'm going to let the black be the outside and the yellow be the inside, and then you want to start rolling it. Now, I like to use a skewer to get things started. You could also use your stylus or anything else like that, but you just want to make sure that you're starting to get a good roll on here. Once you have your roll started, you can remove that skewer. When you get to the end, you'll notice that you can actually feel a perforation, and if I flip it over, you should be able to see. And that's so that this little circle part should just fold in. Because it becomes the base of your flower. Now, obviously the base is much larger than this flower, and that's because when I release this, you can see it opens up and fills the space. So once you feel like it's relaxed to the amount that you're willing to accept, you can just put some hot glue or whatever your favorite adhesive is here, and then this will stick down, and now you have your first flower. If you want, additionally, you can also curl the petals, etc., to really show off the shape, or you can leave it exactly as is, your choice. From the built-in designs, I'm going to go ahead now and choose something leafy and decorative. I like this, I like this, I like this. You just have to pick the design that works the best for you. So I think for now, I'll pick this one. I probably need to make it bigger, but I'm not sure how much bigger, so I might just leave it alone. I know that I want to have 2 of them. I'm going to set them, and now I'm going to scan in my felt. I can see the felt on the screen, so I'm just going to drag these so that they fit, and I might resize them so that I can really have some fun. Because these are built-in designs, I can't change the aspect ratio, and I don't want to have it be too close. I want to make sure that it's really going to fit on there. There we go. This one looks just about right. There's a little bit of space here, so if I want, I can go ahead and add, let's see, another, let's do a leaf shape. Maybe a leaf like this. And it looks like it's a little bit large, so I could probably adjust the size. And then I can probably tilt it to help it fit a little bit better. Okay, looks good to me. So then I am ready to choose cut and press start. Now that it's done cutting, I'm just going to go ahead and take out my pieces. I also want to cut a whole bunch of different colors and shapes of these kind of leaves and decorations out of this stiff felt. And then when I'm done, we're going to put our banner together. So let me show you what I've done. Each of these flowers has a bunch of these different felt pieces just glued onto the back of it. So you can see I just mixed and matched all of the different felt pieces and then glued them onto the back. Then for the banner, I've just taken a ribbon and I've strung it right through. So you can see how easy that is. Then I want to make sure I leave enough space so that I can glue this part of the flower right here into the gap, just like so. So all I'm going to do is just glue these in place, and then my banner will pretty much be done. For more tips, tricks, and tutorials, be sure to visit my blog at balzerdesigns.typepad.com. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course, don't forget about the ScanNCut website at ScanNCut.com.